Okay, we're gonna try another video. Yeah, I'm down on the lower part of the property with the kids. I've done a couple different videos, and each one I've had to stop because of possible injuries. So, anyways, so I figured I'd just do this video real quick. So, we're down here with the truck. I own 10 acres. My house is, hold on, wait, it is about right there. And so we bought this, we moved in end of January, ran into some issues buying it, so we bought it, I don't know, a couple months after that. I don't remember exactly when we actually bought it, but yeah, we got 10 acres, and there's a pond on the lower part of the property, and my property boundary goes about halfway across this pond. Now, this pond was like built with federal funds or something back in the day. There's some stipulations with that. This water's used for irrigation, so there's some stipulations built in with that. And basically it comes down to, if someone's property borders the pond, or the water that feeds into it or comes out of it, they're allowed access to the pond. So there are some things with that we have to put up with and deal with. So far it hasn't been a problem, other than, you know, some people have left trash over the years. I had a kid I knew in high school that lived down a couple houses but bordered this, and I had friends that would come down here in high school and, you know, hang out, party, drink, do bonfire, stuff like that. So that's something that is going to happen. We'll deal with it as it comes. And for the most part, we'll just do our best part to keep it cleaned up and try and, you know, make sure everyone else does. But I do have, so my property goes over to kind of the base of this hill across from here, and then the pond is behind me, and it's pretty decent sized right now. It's actually, this is the fullest it's been, and it reaches all the way over there. Oh, sorry. This is the fullest the pond's been. It's at max capacity right now. So yeah, we're just down hanging out, letting the kids throw rocks in. So there's a road from up here down to here, and I bought a little $200 4Runner, drove it for a while, ended up having some engine issues, but it does fine on short trips. So we drive it down here all the time on that trail. The main trail coming down here for like the ditch rider is good enough for my truck. I mean, it's a little tight, but not bad. The trail from the house down here is super thick. It scratches the crap out of the 4Runner, but it's a $200 4Runner. So yeah, we just came down to hang out. There is that big, it's like an old deck, and it's built into the ground pretty decent. Probably gonna set something up on there so I can sight in guns into the hillside from there. I'm gonna put something a little more permanent down there so I don't have to pack stuff down all the time, but mostly I'm going to come down on the other side of the dam, and there's a bigger flat spot and I can shoot into the hillside. I've got a nice little flat spot. Only thing with that is I'm going to pack stuff down every time, probably a table, my lead sled, stuff like that. But yeah, we got a decent amount of property here. Yeah, it's 10 acres, but I think the pond in totality is 3 acres, 3.5 acres. And with that, my property boundary cuts it in about half. So we lose an acre, acre and a half, maybe 2 acres to the pond and, you know, the surrounding area. And then a large portion of the property is this big hillside at the back of the house. It's pretty steep, but obviously you can use it for different things. There's some archery targets and stuff set up over there, and the road that drives down here. So there's actually a waterfall. Usually goes when the snow's melting, and right now the water may be coming off the waterfall. It sounds pretty loud up here in the top, but it shouldn't be coming down the waterfall, I don't think. It might be, I don't know. That was a gunshot down on the property below us. So muzzleloader season ends today, and I actually was going to go muzzleloader hunting. Hold on, My dog's gonna jump in the truck. She's all wet, so I'm gonna go close my doors. But yeah, I was gonna go muzzleloader hunting today, and my middle one started throwing up last night. And so I was like, well, let's see how he feels overnight. I'll decide if I'm going up or not. He started throwing up last night, so I ended up staying home, taking care of him. And yeah, he's kind of feeling better, so we went on a little adventure. So yeah, I just figured I'd do a quick show of the lower part of the property, and yeah, hopefully we start getting some time to really get stuff done. I have a whole pile of targets up at our cabin, archery targets, and I'm gonna bring them all down. I'm gonna build a course off the back of the house. I'm gonna build, like I said, a spot to shoot kind of across the pond into this hillside, which I'm gonna have to play with that a little because some of this is pretty thick. So what I'm probably going to do, so we'll just do a quick shot of this. So what I kind of want to do, straight across here past, there's like a floating slide. I don't know if you can see that very good. Here, let me flip this around. So we're standing right here on the deck, and there is a floating slide right there. That's a floating slide, and then I can shoot up onto the hillside over there, and that gives me a lot more open of a, sorry, I'm trying to zoom out here. For some reason my camera's not wanting to zoom out. There we go. Gives me a bit of a more open visual area. There's not a road right there on the other side, so I'm not gonna have anyone driving across right there. So when the water's lower, there's a road, but like I said, it leaves it open so I can see if someone's approaching. And I'm gonna put the target obviously up higher on the hill, but I still don't want to shoot over people, but that'll allow me to shoot up higher and make sure no one's coming underneath there. Gonna have archery targets coming down off the ridge down to here, and my plan is to come shoot kind of down off the ridge and then hike the trail back up to the house. And you can see right there, that's part of the road that goes up to the house. So you can hike up to the house. It'll be kind of probably throwing like 40 pounds, hike, or shoot the course down, hike the trail up. It'll be just good hunting exercise. Yeah, just kind of hanging out, showing off. Like I said, bunch of trash here, broken chair, that's the fire pit, and it's got all sorts of metal and cans and stuff in there. So next spring, I think I'm going to throw a trash can in the truck, or load it on a trailer or something, drag it down here and load all this stuff up and get it hauled out of here. Just try and keep the property clean. So yeah, just like I said, doing a quick short video kind of showing off the lower part of the property. So I've got probably about 2 acres roughly around the house that's on flat level ground. Plan is homestead basically. Right now we've got a water well drilled, don't have a pump or anything in there, so can't use it as of right now, but there is a canal that goes right in front of the house. We've got the pond down here, so we have some access to water if something were to go down with the water system we're on. Going to try and put on solar power, wind power, and yeah, just kind of build a little bit of a homestead kind of off the grid is what I would really like. I'd like to build a bit of an orchard. I'm going to work on some more farm stuff, garden stuff, and yeah, about shot a deer actually in my horse corrals. I've got the extended archery in Utah. The boundary is actually, my house is in the boundary, and I came home and had a 3-point walk through the yard and go lay down in the old horse corrals. So I almost shot him, but he was bedded down in some thick bush. I could see his horns and then I could see his body, but I couldn't connect the body and the horns. So I was like, that could be a doe bedded down, and he's, like bedded at a different angle, because I could just see his horns through a patch of openness. I'm like, be sure you target before you shoot, right? That's one of the rules of gun safety, hunter safety, all of those things. So I did not shoot, but like I said, almost got a 3-point buck on the property. already, and oh man, my kid got hurt, so I guess we're gonna shut this off. That was probably the longest time we made it without someone getting hurt or attempting to hurt themselves, so we're gonna shut this off, go see what happened.